really good friend in New York who's a huge Counting Crows fan. And we did this random open mic, and the fucking lead singer from Counting Crows was there.
Adam Derwitz.
Yeah, and he was there, and he looks different now.
Yeah.
And my buddy was like, holy shit, dude, it's fucking, what's his name?
Adam.
And he was like shitting his pants.
Yeah.
And then he went up and he like had a good set. Like, and this was at an open mic.
Yeah.
And he goes up to him afterwards. He's like, hey man, I just want to tell you I'm a big fan and everything. And the guy was like, yeah, I appreciate it, man. And then he just fucking stepped out. But you know what he was there for?
Was he there to perform?
There was some hot chick doing who was doing an open mic.
Yeah. Oh, was she?
And he had
a little crush on her, probably.
No.
Oh,
no, that was his girlfriend.
Oh, he did that.
Or a chick that he was hooking up with.
Yeah.
So I think for him, he was like, hey, I'll go to your little open mic, and then afterwards we'll go somewhere.
Yeah,
and
we'll
just hanging out
there.
there.
Party with grown-ups after this.
Yeah, and it's the lead singer of Counting Crows.
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell?
I know he used to, whenever he was like a big, like 90s.
He has a hell of a roster.
Well, he used to bartend, just up at the Viper Club, even when his like song was number one.
No way.
Yeah, no, it's like documented. It was at the Viper Room when Johnny Depp owned it.
Wow.
Yeah, he was bartending. It was just because he was such a social animal and shit. Yeah.
So Adam just loved the vibe.
He just loved being the same. Adam Derwitz.
I don't know.
It's
not Alan Dershowitz. Like,
I
went to Epstein Island.
Everybody, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks again.
Yeah, dude, of course, man. I got one of the guys I know. Like almost, you were like one of my close day one guys I've known out here, man.
It's crazy.
From like when I started, man.
This was like what, back to like 2015, 2014?
Oh, dude, I thought I made it like 2012, 2011.
Could be 2012.
Okay,
yeah.
I started getting serious in like 2009, 10. But yeah, everybody, Bryan Torresdey.
Yes.
Yeah, BTD.
Thanks,
I got
Thanks
it
for
right.
having me, brother.
Fuck yeah.
Salud.
Salud.
It was freaking water and Celsius.
We're two
LA.
middle American guys toasting to a Celsius and a LaCroix.
Dude.
We're not men anymore.
Well, I'll tell you right now, man, we are not. I remember I used to be able to drink all day and still have energy to go do stuff.
Oh, your 20s, right?
Yeah. Early 20s, I used to, dude, I used to be a whiskey guy.
Yeah.
So whiskey's is an upper, right? So it'd keep you up. So, dude, it'd get till like 4 or 5 in the morning, you're doing whiskey, and then the next day, like, you wouldn't be hungover or anything. Dude, now, the other day, I had one whiskey and Diet Coke.
And
it wrecked me, dude. And I'm like, it got to the point where I was like dry heaving. I was like, I think I might throw up. I'm not joking.
Wow.
And it's because I haven't had whiskey in years.
Yeah, you've developed into an adult man, and you're no longer like it was fun, but it was also like I like my 20s, 30s, probably like mid 30s. Nah, probably most 30s. I was drinking a lot.
Yeah.
But I didn't really consider. But I would drink like a drink or two, and then
that would be it.
And that would be it. But it was like almost every night.
Yeah.
And then comedy with hey.
Yeah, well, you get paid in free drinks, and then also when you're single, it's
that's
like,
your social life. That's your
and
social
also
life.
Audience members buy you drinks. That's a big thing.
If you're doing well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm sure
when you bomb, nobody that buys. That's when you need to drink.
That's
nobody
when
wants to buy it.
Yeah. People offer you bus fare.
Dude, oh my god! I remember one time I bombed.
Yeah.
Let's just put it out there.
Oh,
I did
the one bomb you've had ever.
I know, multiple. Yeah. No, but this was one where it was like somebody was talking about my set and they didn't know that I was the comic that had bombed.
Oh, you were overhearing.
I didn't overhear it. They were telling me, and I think they had mistaken me for another
like
comic.
You put on a jacket or something.
Well, I'm like, I think they had to have been kind of drunk, but they were like, yeah, there was the one comic, and he did that. He did that. Yeah, he was like, he did that really bad Asian joke, and it was like this cute girl, and I'm like, is she fucking with me right now?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I was like, that was me, because it was a bunch of comics.
Yeah, like a showcase.
And by the way, I'll be honest with you, I did not have a good set.
Yeah, but you know it too.
And I know it.
You're smart enough.
I'm not delusional. I will tell you, I'm like, that sucks.
No, I know you. You have a strong batting average. You're not concerned about one or two misses.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So she was just telling me, and in my head, I was like, what's your problem? And she was like, what? I was like, and I thought she was like roasting me to my face.
Yeah,
this kind of drunk LA girl.
Like she was trying to be funny.
Yeah, and I was like, just say you didn't like my stand-up. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I'm the one, and she was like, oh, yeah, my friends and I hated your stand-up. But she was still talking to me.
She didn't realize, was he flirty, or was she?
I have no idea. No, I think she had mistaken my act for someone else's.
I've had some.
But still was talking to me because I approached her.
Yeah. And you were just like.
And I thought she was cute. And then she starts
here
trashing me. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I think she's trying to be cheeky or fucking cool. And I'm like, and I was giving it right back to her, and she was thrown off. So it was like this weird, like, just different, complete, like, we were in different wavelengths. But we ended up flirting and stuff, and
now you're married. No,
yeah, exactly. Now that's my fucking wife.
Especially when you like get outside of LA, they'll come and talk to you after a show. Like, like I don't know if you did like those Rudy Moreno shows or stuff like that.
All of them.
So some of those where it was just like those crowds were just they came out to fucking party. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
They would have too much to pop. They would have too many pops, and it would be like Usually I was like one of the only white guys in the lineup, so it was pretty obvious.
If you did the Latin show, they were like, "Yeah, you're fucking funny white boy."
I've had, when it's a nice feeling to have that. Oh, I guess we're talking about drinking. Sorry, I guess my bad.
I mean, we still are. It's drinking and comedy.
Yeah.
But now I'm way better about the drinking and the comedy.
You get older, you get more mature.
Now I'm like,
went through it. Yeah.
And the bartender's like, do you want me to get you something to drink? I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. Or a diet soda or something.
Or like, I'll drink after my set.
Yeah. I used to have to get plastered when I first started.
And that's a lot of people.
Yeah, because I mean, talking in front of people is nerve-wracking. And I thought that was I thought I was fixing the problem. Then I saw a video of myself doing it. I was like, oh my god, this is. I'm amazed anybody had ever stayed for a set.
You just see me in the video walking out and be like, Jesus, man.
Fucking asshole.
No, dude. I mean, and I get what you're saying because like there are those instances where you're like, it does give you a little bit of liquid courage.
Yeah.
But that's a rookie mistake.
Oh yeah, I was a rookie for too long. Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, I didn't really. All I just said was your name, dude. Bryan is like killing it. Can we say that?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
we're just doing what we're supposed to be doing.
But a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not. And no, you've developed into a headlining act and going around the country and shit like that. It's fucking.
Thank you,
it's
man.
fucking
I appreciate it. Yeah.
So I just always like to clarify, like, because not everybody knows.
And here's the thing. I know you met me when I was like a kid.
We were all idiots.
I was like 20. I was like 21, 22.
Oh, you were like fresh out here.
I was fresh, dude.
Yeah.
So also like I let shit intimidate me way too much. But I think I look back now and I realize I was such a kid. Because I do stand up now and I see comics that are like young, that are like open micers, kind of like where I was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, you are a fucking kid.
Yeah.
And I used to think of myself, I'd be like, I need to level up and everything, and I need to get here. And then, you see guys that have been in the game, like a Willie Barcena or like a Chris Spencer, like the older like comics. And then you realize
they hit that 15.
Those guys were in their 40s, and it's weird when a 40-year-old and a 20-year-old are on the same show. Yeah. And you're like expecting to have that kind of maturity that I'm like, it's impossible.
Yeah, no, and they've had their run, they've
had wife, kids, exactly. They've had highs and lows, so you're like, yeah, dude, you're not going to connect with an audience the same way. And then being able to to get on stage and then kind of feel the evolution now that I'm married and had my shit and halfway divorced and then going to couples therapy and all that stuff.
The whole time you're there like, this sucks, but I'm going to have so much to write about.
Dude, that's exactly right. You're like, at least I'm out the other side and I have more material to talk about.
Time plus tragedy equals comedy.
It's true.
No,
it's true.
I've had that like when my mother passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, it's been 12 years, but like.
Oh, then stop being a bitch about it.
Oh, where? Let me just get an accordion or something.
But you so continue.
But like at the time, it was like the whole problem. It was like in a small town, and they to get her. She was doing a hospice thing, and to get her out of the house, I had to help carry because there was only one IMSA guy on Wednesdays, and it was just like
what guy?
IMSA, like
what is that?
Ambulance guy.
Oh, okay.
You know, and so I had to help carry my mother.
What part of Oklahoma is that?
No, this was rural New Mexico.
Oh.
It's called Las Vegas, New Mexico. And I heard
wild.
I heard somebody refer to it as New Mexico's Appalachia, and I was like, oh, that fucking hits, dude.
That sounds so. It is like what, less than 1,000 people in this town?
10,000.
10,000. I mean, that's still nothing.
Well, and it's also still one of the big. It's the third. It's one of the bigger cities in the area. You know, it's a county seat. It's like
it's the third biggest Las Vegas in New Mexico.
People drive to Las Vegas, New Mexico, to go to the Walmart.
Like, it's one of those
from an
towns.
hour away.
Yeah,
you know, it's like that. That's what I mean.
That's super rural life.
Yeah, and it was it was also like one place that you probably seen some of this. You grew up in San Antonio, where one thing once I lived there for a minute, because I was there for like a month off and on when she was dying, but like it made me realize that Latinos could be hillbillies too.
Oh yeah.
Well, because like the name of the sheriff who was like running his name was Jimbo Chavez.
Especially in New Mexico.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it's like a rural place too. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's just like I think that's like such a thing that people don't even think about. You know what I mean? It's just like I found it funny. I found it hilarious.
Yeah, I mean you have those
Betty Sue Martinez for state senator.
Well, you have because they're like they have Mexican heritage, but they don't speak Spanish. I mean they're like 5 generations American deep, 6 generations.
Oh yeah, and like they're just like the people I grew up around in Oklahoma, basically. You know? And they just happen to be Latino. It's like,
and also like Oklahoma too. You get a lot of like indigenous with Mexican. So there's a lot of like cross, and it's weird because they're like
culture,
and you're talking about like the original Americans with like the indigenous culture.
No, the high school I went to was like a third white, third black, third Indian, and like those are guys I played football with. And, there was conflicts, but we're high school boys. There's always going to be conflicts.
Dude, 100%. There is the conflicts, but that's what makes it kind of its own unique imprint on it. Because I went to high school.
That's where some good stuff comes from too.
And there were some good old boys where like the white dudes and the Mexicans would kind of.
Oh, you're San Antonio, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was also another thing. I wanted to wait until my Knicks were better than San Antonio to have you on the podcast. I wanted to wait.
You're still gonna have to wait, man. Like we've now christened Wembanyama as right after Jesus in San Antonio.
Dude, he's a freak. I'm sorry, we could talk about him later, but
No, I mean
your high school is or whatever. Yeah.
Why are you a Knicks fan?
A guy from my neighborhood was John Starks, who played for the Knicks.
Yeah.
And so
he was from Oklahoma?
He's from Tulsa, man. He's from the neighborhood.
Did you ever meet him?
I met him once at a Quick Trip.
Yeah.
And then at a game, want to like reach out, shake his hand, kind of thing. But it's not like we've had a conversation or anything.
No, but that's still amazing.
Yeah. But yeah,
he's a hometown hero then.
Yeah, he's like he's a cowboy. He's like he has like rodeo family.
That's dope.
Like black rodeo family. He talks like, I can't do the voice, but it was.
And he played for the Knicks. And he was a starting guard. He was an all-star, right?
When the Knicks played the Spurs.
We're talking about the Ewing era.
Yeah. Camby and all that.
No, that was a great era, dude. But yeah, that was like
that's why I'm a Knicks fan. That's why.
And there was an early Spurs-Knicks rivalry because of the finals.
Yeah, well, the Spurs were so good. They had those 3 guys. I mean,
it was the Twin Towers, Duncan and Robinson, Avery Johnson. We're going like old school.
Vinny Del Negro.
This is
Mario Ellie.
Sean Elliott.
Rodman.
Rodman. This is pre Tony Parker, Ginobili. So I mean, I know
you're a real Spurs fan.
Dude. I mean, here's the thing. In San Antonio, we don't have any other sports games.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's just like we have one professional team.
Yeah, it's the
Spurs, it's the Spurs, and
it's a big population too. You know, and I could see where like they get they're not Dallas, they're not Houston, but hey, this is our shit.
Exactly,
and we're good now.
Yeah.
And we got guys that want to re-sign and stay here.
Stay here. And it's great, because Texas, like, it's weird, like, the bigger cities kind of all have beef with one another. Like,
Dallas and Houston.
Dallas, well, like, everyone hates Houston. I don't know why.
Oil guys are kind of,
Well, it's like Houston, I don't know the origin of the beef, but I think it's mostly comes down. Okay, so I'll tell you right now. Okay. Dallas people hate Houston because the Cowboys versus the Texans, for the most part, and also baseball. Okay. Rangers.
They're playing the same division.
Yeah, Rangers and Astros.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
It's a sports record.
Right. So it's all sports.
Okay.
So it's like Boston and New York.
Okay. Yeah, they're that close too.
Yeah, and then San Antonio hates Houston because of the Spurs, Rockets. Okay. So kind of thing. Yeah. And then you just hate them. And then everyone collectively hates Austin. Because
super team
according
unite against Austin.
Because they're woke cucks. That's why they call them.
Fucking Hacktard playing lip.
Well, it's like, have you ever seen like those jokes, like even King of the Hill, they like shit on Austin. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I remember it was one of my favorite King of the Hill things where they had to go to Wichita Falls.
Yeah.
And he was just like great thing. You're North Texas horse jockeys or something. I'm in Wichita Falls. I could be back in the great state of Oklahoma and start doing the Boomer Sooner song. I went to Oklahoma State, so I hate that. I hate that thing. I hate the whole OU thing. So yeah, I was like,
I totally get that. Yeah, and then also college football too. It's like another. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah. What's it like? A&M fans are like nuts.
A&M. I remember the Manziel era. That was crazy.
Yeah, they're writing the country like, Johnny Football, that Johnny Football.
And he kind of put them on the map.
Yeah, they were like
they became SEC after him.
Yeah, he was there when they became, and they beat Bama.
That's crazy.
It's a weird thing, and it was that whole.
And I love that he was like he just. Got into drug. I'm like, I missed when like
rock star. It was like
NBA player. I miss when professional athletes just threw their lives away.
Yeah,
for addiction.
Like I don't want to see him happen. I don't want to see Wemby go on this route. But we need.
No, if he gives us one championship, I'll let him have it. He can get strung out on like fentanyl.
You need a Rodman. You need was it Jason Williams shooting a limo driver?
Lawrence
Taylor. Oh, God.
Dude, I know. You remember that? Like we had a great run.
Yeah, it was like rock star days.
Rodman. Who else?
These guys are like living like Led Zeppelin and AC/DC,
Yeah.
Like trashing hotel rooms and it's
nowadays you get like Kevin Durant with a burner phone be like, I hate my teammates, and then, like that's the most controversy now.
He's like talking shit about Devin Booker.
It's all gay, dude. I'm like, come on.
He's like, Devin Booker, that bitch is soft, and it's him.
Dude, the only one who's kind of like that, and I don't know if this is not a sports podcast.
No, you can talk. I love sports, man.
But is Zion
Williamson?
Yeah.
Okay.
From
Duke and Pelicans, right?
Yeah, he's with the Pelicans, and he's just throwing his life away. But it's not for drug. It's just because he won't stop eating.
Yeah, chicken and
then OnlyFans models.
Yeah.
Or like old porn stars.
Oh fuck yeah! I got a couple in this building.
Did you see? By the way, and it's also hilarious because he's like giving out these crazy payouts to like the ugliest women. Like he's got an addiction to some chopped ass women.
Oh shit!
Like have you?
I haven't seen this. I believe it. Well, because I knew he was like Oprah, where he would just like be slim and then fat and then slim and fat and now he's just going fat. He just yeah.
Yeah, he re-signed for like $100 million. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then his like OnlyFans like chicks that he's hooking up with,
whatever.
Oh, they're so brutally ugly.
Oh, dude.
But I feel like he's just getting whatever New Orleans trash, just like
God, I forgot he's in New Orleans too. Oh shit, that's in the worst place. The guy. My God, I used to joke that the NBA draft was the only time you'd see a 20-year-old sad to go to New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, dude, I don't know what it is. Like, every time I've gone to New Orleans, dude, I get the worst vibes. I'm like, I don't want to stay here.
Is it like a morbid death kind of place, or is the voodoo thing?
Some people like it. They like that charm. I'm not. Like, to me, it's like the Mexican juju in me.
The beats are off.
Yeah, like I was like, I need my abuela to pray over me when I get back. Like
sage me.
Yeah, dude. It's just like bad vibes, and also too, like I went out there
I've only been a couple times.
I've only gone out once there, and then when I was there, I was like, I think the most attractive woman I saw was like a solid 4, and it was like
it's also like,
but it's like
dark and boozy too.
And everyone's like, oh, you got to party like next to the college campus and stuff, and I'm like, I'm too old for that now. This was when I was younger.
Yeah, I was 22, 23. Yeah, I mean, like I've only been to New Orleans a couple times, and I never was like really big enough, but there was a weird dark energy about that place.
Yeah,
I felt like,
and they like it too.
Yeah, they know what
they love it.
That's why they drink so much. I feel like that's why they dance around at funerals and have the horns going, and
yes,
you get the French and the Haitian kind of influence or whatever Creole.
It's a weird, it's like amalgamation of like yeah. I mean, if you're talking about like. Yeah. French culture,
like American slave culture,
and then redneck Cajun. I'm like, that is like the worst, like the stinkiest combination you can come up with.
There's something off about that place, man.
Because you grew up with like, I to me, Cajun is like its own category. You're talking about like Mexican rednecks.
I don't. Is that what it is?
Right. No. I'm saying like there's different types.
I just never knew that archetype of a person.
Yeah,
I did. I mean, and it made sense once I was out there for a month. I was just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I never thought about it, you know.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh, there's cool guys and there's dorks, whatever. It's just, I just never thought about that. And Cajun is
it's its own subset of like kind of like white trash, but like it again, swamp trash. You have different versions of it, dude. Like I grew up in Texas, so you would get like the racist kind of wannabe cowboy, good old boys.
Yeah.
So you get those guys. So I was used to those. But the Cajun is different. Yeah. They speak differently, everything. Just how
they have their own dialect. It's a whole different language, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then Florida. Creole.
Yeah.
And then Florida is like kind of its own.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like fly fishing kind of guy, or like like the fan boat. Yeah, fan boat people.
Those swamp people. Yeah.
That's more swamp. And then when I went up north. To do shows in Oregon, then you have like mountain white people.
Oh, the lumberjacks.
Yeah.
The lumberjacks, that's like at best. An unemployed lumberjack is scary. When I do those, I don't know if you ever did the dumbass triple shows, where
I never did a run one of those, but I've heard.
Pendleton, Oregon, you're doing casinos, and it's methy lumberjacks basically. That was weird as fuck to me because I was used to like a lumberjack looking like that worked, and then when you're around them that don't work,
it's scary.
Yeah, it's just, the whole hollowing out of American industry kind of thing. It's like we're seeing the worst versions of different subsets.
Dude, honestly, that's where they start turning into like militiamen. Yeah, like you need to keep these guys employed. If not, they're gonna take up arms.
Yeah, get a fucking lumber mill going so you don't have Timothy McVeigh happen.
We need to subsidize these guys with like some sort of work or purpose.
I remember, dude. Remember when I lost that bet to you?
Which bet?
In 2016, it was about Trump. I was convinced that Donald Trump was going to lose.
Oh yeah. Did we bet?
We did. We bet money, and
we did.
Yeah, I like $200. Because you were.
Oh my god! I don't even remember that.
You were talking shit on there, and I got in the comments.
I do remember something like that.
And I was just like, oh, he'll win. Hillary's going to win. And then I remember I like Venmo'd you or PayPal.
Oh my god, dude! I don't remember that.
It was I was.
And you did pay up.
I was wrong on the election about that.
I don't think you would have hit me up had you not paid up.
Oh yeah, by the way, I could use that $250.
How hilarious! So
There's be interest. I was so wrong. I misread the country, man.
Oh, dude, and that's okay. I think everyone misread.
I hope you don't mind talking about this.
No, I don't mind talking about it.
Well, you won the bet, so it's all right. Yeah.
I won the bet. Yeah, Trump was right. My wallet was I was gonna make more money under his presidency.
That was your own Trump tariff.
Yeah, it was like my own counter tariff. You gotta pay up the white tax.
I paid you in liberal tears. No, I was wrong about that, and I remember that.
That was such a crazy time, dude. Had I known, had I known how bad people would react to all the Trump stuff, but also it just made I think comedy got really bad for a second. Well, entertainment got really bad for a second.
It got preachy.
Oh, dude, yes.
I mean, like Hangover and Tropic Thunder and Old School and things that were just stupid and funny. And it was Starsky and Hutch even.
Everything became super political.
And it was just like, and yes, it was like nobody wants to see black people get shot, and nobody. But it was just like
it was a terrible time for entertainment.
It got too goddamn preachy.
It got too damn preachy, and then you also got to the point where, like, I remember there was a point where, like, back then when comedy specials were special.
Oh, like
every
like HBO, like 2 or 3 a year,
right?
Or Comedy Central, like the good ones.
And then during that era, I felt like every comic had like at least a 20-minute chunk on why Trump sucks, and you just got tired of it.
It was so much overlap between it.
100%.
There are a handful of comedians who I feel can really do good political stuff.
Yeah,
and you're one of them. Even though you don't really even do it that much.
Thank you.
I mean,
and that's the thing. No, and by the way, like it's totally okay because I had a booker reach out to me, and he's like, do you have stuff that's not very political? But he went through my stuff, and I guess
generation,
right? And it's like
girlfriends.
For me, I guess when I talk about something, I come in at it from like a personal experience. Yeah. But since you're talking about a political subject, then people put it into that category, which is okay. And I think that's the best way to come of it, because I'm not saying that like I'm not demonizing or trying to find humor in different groups. I'm one of the few people where I'm like, I think a comic should make fun of everything. Yeah.
It's on the board. It's in the news.
Right. But when I talk about it, I talk about it from like my personal cultural perspective. So
and you also make it funny though too.
Yeah.
You're not being preachy.
And by the way, and that's
you're trying to make a joke out of it.
And to me, yeah,
absurdity of something.
If it's funny, if I can exactly, like you're doing what you're supposed to do, which is to like make everyone laugh and kind of see the point of view you have. But I also make sure that it's a joke that can work anywhere. So like, it's like I don't want it to just work in like Brooklyn, New York,
rah rooms, or
or it works in like when I go to San Antonio. I want it to work everywhere.
Well, unless it's a joke about Houston.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Fuck Houston. I'm kidding.
No, it's one of the things I do know, and like I said, like most of your material is about like crazy shit with your girl, or the torta, the
right, like the cultural stuff,
the first generation experience kind of thing. Or,
100%.
And you're not like one of those guys who's preaching.
No, dude, and by the way, because I'm like no, it's okay. Like I've done shows where like you see the comics going for like the audience approval,
which is
and they're doing like the political stuff, and they'll be like, they kind of pause for clapter, and then you're just like, oh god, and it's like, did you really get a laugh, or did you just make a point that everyone in that room already had that opinion of?
Yeah, they're trying to get the pat on the back.
Yes,
and I understand the pat on the back, but I know you're trying to get a pat on the back. Do you know you're just trying to get a pat on the back?
Exactly.
Or do you really think that you did some Bill Burr level shit there, or you really did some Chris Rock level stuff there? Like, it's like the Patrice O'Neal line I bring up a lot, where it's just like he said the best jokes make 50% of the audience laugh and 50% of the audience horrified. Half the audience laugh and half the audience go.
Yeah, they don't even know how to react, or they're like, I guess I can laugh, but this seems a little heavy for me, which is great.
Yeah, that's where humor is.
And you can tell...
They're processing it.
Right. You can tell it's coming from that point. Yeah.
But yeah, no, and... You don't make 100% of the audience horrified.
And that's what I mean, like, I don't take a stance on 100% on anything because, like, I have family members that are both political spectrums.
Yeah.
Like my mom's I say this for real and I act like my mom is she's an immigrant and she voted for Trump.
Yeah.
So it's like
I understand it. I've got Mexican Trump relatives from Redondo Beach.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was more they lean Republican for conservative family values type votes.
Right.
Lower taxes. You know,
right? And then that's the thing too. They're like, you know, fuck, I don't want to be stabbed on the way to my car just because I parked far at a Ralph's. You know what I mean?
Like, I was just trying to get hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like this whole thing where like I feel like everyone wants to like point out like the worst version of every group. Yeah. But I don't look at it from that nuance, and that's why like for me it's like I always think of like, well, what if one of my, you know, I know someone who votes that way, so I have empathy for it. Yeah. But I also want to find the joke in it.
Yeah. Like, I want to find the absurdity. I want to find the irony. I want to find the ha-ha in it.
Right.
It's like jokes about that are difficult are about people or a way to process something. You know
yeah.
what I mean? That's how I've always looked at it.
Also, to me, is the hypocrisy is the biggest part of the humor for me.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's hypocrisy that, you know, living in like in New York or LA, where like you see people that are like, oh, you know, we love all immigrants and stuff, and then they're building a migrant shelter across the street from it. All of a sudden, you're like, not here, not in my backyard. Yeah. Like the limousine liberals. Yeah. And to me, it's like, I like to make fun of those people because they get such a big pass. And it's all for the virtue signaling.
Yeah, what do they call that, corporate liberal? It's just like it's cringe.
Yeah, champagne liberal, where it's like they, you know, they live a very wealthy life, but then what they do is they almost want to, when they see brown people, they like throw you a little bone and be like, hey, look, I'm part of your group
almost
too.
Like pandering.
Oh yeah.
Or just tokening or whatever.
100%. And that to me is like the reason I guess there's more jokes there for me is because I've seen that perspective and I know that perspective.
You're an intelligent guy, especially when you do shows. You see a lot of people. You see different kinds of people, you know?
Right.
And you learn how to read audiences. You know how to read through life.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the things comedy's taught me, was just how to like, I get what you're doing. Okay, I know. I think I know.
I see the road you're going down, and that's to me, it's like I love it when someone does something that is maybe political or on a topic, but you could tell like it's a lived experience.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I think audiences can sniff out too. Like if a comic does a bit, like if you're a black guy and being like, oh, you know, racist Trump supporter, it's like, okay, that seems very kind of cliche, right? But if it's a black guy being like, hey, you know what, like Trump ain't wrong on a lot of this stuff, like I'm like, because I know, I'm like, all right, so there is that's where you're like bringing your perspective on it, and I'm like, and that makes
signature on the joke,
and that's where an audience would listen more. And it's not that, and you can even hate Trump, but you're like, okay, I'm gonna come at it from like a place of non-judgment and pull out the funny, you know?
Dissect it almost. It's I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make this go too political. I hope this.
No, and that's the point. It's not. Like,
I just didn't want
to. To me, like, I guess when something political is like if you're trying to advocate for a position, and in my in comedy, I don't advocate for a position. I just was like, this is the joke.
This funny?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you ever look at it this way? You know, observational or something. You know,
observational or biographical or something. Yeah.
I mean,
like I talked like my mom voted for Trump and the first thing she wanted to do is deport my dad, you know. They're divorced, so I talk about that, you know. Yeah. She's like, he's at Spearmint Rhino.
Oh man, that's funny. Man.
Yeah, that's the truth. But then I have family members that are like super progressive.
Well, like the guys I went to high school went to college with. I mean, I would say probably like half the people I went to high school with are conservative, and now I'm like, most of the guys I went to college, most of my buddies, like fraternity guys, they're conservative guys, but like I said, it's mostly about taxes with them, you know?
Yeah.
It's not, they're making enough money where they don't want to pay more, and I get it.
All of us are Republicans when it comes to taxes.
Yeah, no, I love having money in my pocket. I'd rather spend it on Vegas than than spend it on an 18th stoplight here in Los Angeles.
Oh, and it's not. Right? It's like literally going like, and my favorite part is like the thing in LA is like, you're like, wait, we spent $5 billion on homeless people.
Yeah. What? Bringing more in?
I know. Like, what are we doing to them? Are we like, you know?
I was in
quadrupling them.
I was in Orange County last week, and I forgot how nice things are. Dude, I feel everybody in LA needs to go to Orange County. Maybe it's a drive, but like once every 3 months, and go. Oh,
it's a palate cleanser.
It's just like, it's like, oh, you can just have a freeway without graffiti, huh? And the lights work.
Yeah. I don't have to freaking step over a guy who's snorting, who's shooting up heroin into his toe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
While taking a dump.
Yeah. The human feces is great. I love that.
And I mean, like I went. Yeah, it was just for a day, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is kind of nice. I forgot I forget, and I'm just like, you're here long enough, and you're just like, oh, this is normal. Every freeway underpass needs to be an encampment, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
that's helpful,
dude. I agree with you, man. I'm like, that's why I was in Austin for a little bit, and I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here because I'm like, y'all have homeless without California, like.
Without the California weather?
Yeah, without California weather. So it's like, there's nothing worse than like Texas humidity and then just like homeless person right next to you.
It makes them much more fragrant.
Dude. I'm like, I'm going to LA.
It's like 2-a-day weather, like 100 degrees.
Oh, dude. There's not even like a nice ocean breeze coming in. Like here we have the Santa Ana winds and everything. And like in Austin, you just have whiny tech bros.
I haven't been to Austin since it was before Co was. What's it you do? Was it as somebody from San Antonio?
Just doing comedy there, but San Antonio is way better than Austin.
I know you got your own rivalry. Triple A.
No, that's not even biased. It just is.
All teams or whatever, but
it's yeah. I don't
San Antonio Missions. I remember that.
Yeah,
because
the
they were
Mission.
in the Texas League because they played the Tulsa Drillers. Yes,
that's true. You played minor league ball?
No.
Or now you're just a fan?
I was a fan of. I was a Rangers fan just because the Drillers played there.
Yes.
They were Double A. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, but no. San Antonio comedy versus like Austin. Austin got overwhelmed. I'm sure with everything with the whole road in effect. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. No, Austin is like crawling with a lot of comedy.
It's like the third city now, I guess. LA, New York, and Austin.
I would say Austin's probably that, but it's like to me, it's overwhelmed and there's like the whole it's the dark cloud that hangs over it to the point where like it takes not everyone is meant to be a shock comic.
Yes.
Or a roast comic. Not everyone is meant to be that.
I can appreciate that, but also turn it off every now and then too.
Yeah, but it used to be so. Like for people, like I guess inside baseball is like out of a lineup.
The Kill Tony podcast.
Yeah, out of a lineup of like 8 comedians in a show. Maybe 1 or 2 would kind of be shock comics, like the ones that
hardcore guy.
They would do like the dead baby jokes and stuff. Yeah. And those guys you usually
put them soon jokes.
Yeah, you put them towards the end. Yeah. But then in Austin, like everybody wants to be that guy.
Everybody's like kind of angling for a Kill Tony spot.
Yeah. Like how offensive can I be in 60 seconds?
And a good offensive joke is fine, but don't open with it for Christ.
Don't open up with your N-word joke.
Yeah.
And by the way, I've done shows where that was it, and I'm like, why? This is...
You didn't know.
And then the audience is like...
Worn the fuck out.
Yeah, but the audience is just like, oh my god, and then you're like, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like usually, I can...
So it is, it's like, it's a little bit too much, and I don't think they have the experience to like play with it,
Yeah.
There are some, but from what I saw, it was like very much like, to me, it was not conducive to like being able to like open yourself up and really develop some like
for like a long term kind of
material. Yeah. No, and then I mean, if you do your own shows and stuff, it's great. But from what I saw there, just like in the scene and everything, I was like, to me, LA, New York is still probably the best.
Did you start in Austin or not? San Antonio, excuse me.
No, I started here in LA actually.
Did you go to college or were you just?
No, I didn't go to college.
Oh, okay, right.
I just came out here. Yeah.
No, I mean, like you're saying, I know you were like super young. I didn't know what your situation was. I only know 2 other people that really started in San Antonio. It was Raj Desai. He was an Indian guy because he was going to Trinity, I think.
Okay.
And then Daryl Wright. He started in San Antonio. He was telling me.
That's crazy. I don't know what Daryl Wright's a very funny comedian. me.
Oh no, gotta get that.
If you guys don't know, he's a black redneck who is obsessed with NASCAR.
Oh, he's freak. He knows NASCAR freakishly.
Yeah, like watched it religiously.
Yeah,
and I went on the road with him for a minute, and dude, the guy. You want to talk about those old school functioning alcoholic comedians? He's definitely the
yeah, vodka time, baby. Yeah,
it was there was so many. I just feel like that's what all comedy was back then.
Well, I mean, I did a thing with him in San Diego, and I was just like, I go, this was fun, but this was a rodeo.
It's just too much drinking. Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, dude. I again, it's like. When you're in your 20s and you're doing that, that's great. And then, you know, I would go on the road and open up for some guys. And then you almost kind of see, like, your future. You're like, all right, maybe I should slow down a little bit. Some of these guys are sad. I opened up for this guy in Portland, and I won't say his name, but he literally, I remember, like, after, I think it was Saturday night, we had done 3 shows. So, like, the club we performed at, it used to do an early show. It'd be a family show.
Oh, the blue hair crowd, the blue hair show on Saturdays.
It was like a 5 p.m. show.
Oh.
And then we did a 7:30.
Yeah.
And then we did a 10 o'clock. Yeah. So you're there all day at the club. You get there at like 3:30.
It's almost like
you do a full shift essentially. Yeah. And dude, I mean, I remember at the end of that night, like the headliner I was opening for was getting hammered, and then. Since he had rented a car, I was in the car back, and him and his wife were having an argument on speakerphone.
Oh, good. This is fun.
And I'm just sitting there, and he's just like looking at me, and then and I remember he like puts his hand and like does a gun to his head.
Yeah. Like the Joker.
Yeah. And I'm like, damn, this guy's. And then after he hangs up, he's like, you want to go get a drink? I was like, yeah, dude, let's do it. So we go, and then he starts getting hammered, and he's like, do you mind driving? And then we get back to the club, the condo. So it's like, we get back to the condo, and then he like, kind of like slumps in, and then he's like, what are you doing? And at the time, I was like messaging a girl that I had met on Tinder there, and I was like,
you used to do that?
Yeah, I used to do it.
Wild boy, bro.
And then he was just like, what do you, I was like, this girl's coming over. He said, what girl? Where'd you meet her at? And then I was like showing him. I was like, I met her on this day.
Explaining online dating and swiping to a married guy is.
And he was like in his like late 50s.
Oh, his mind was probably.
And he was hammered. Yeah. And then he was like, oh man, he was like, don't get married. Like, he's like, comedy's a young man's game. He's like, I don't want to fucking do the same. I was like, and he just
he's like ready to resign after.
Dude, yeah. One night. It was like bad. I was like, and in my mind, I was like, Jesus, dude, I hope I never become that guy.
You're saying like a future self.
Yeah. It's like, I would say like for the average person, I've been there too. You know how you like work a starter job?
Yeah.
Like if you work at like a pizza place, or like
you gotta work the cash register first or something,
right? And then you see like every once in a while
you just manage. You know?
Every once in a while, there's a guy who's like worked there for 20 years. You know, he's been doing it for so long,
stuck in a rut, kind of
and
thing.
That's like his life.
Like that guy from Office Space, the Milton, the
stickler. Like entry level, but like for way too long.
Yeah, like hit his cap,
or like this is Lou. He opens and closes up the store. You know, like those guys that have been doing it for so long, and then they like tell you stories of like, stories. Yeah, and you're like, I don't want to be around here for that long. You're like, hey, by year 6, you're gonna really get get your sea legs. Yeah, you're like, I'm not gonna be here for 6 years, dude.
I'm trying to be here less than 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. Like a job that you know you're gonna quit.
Yeah.
And then you're around those guys. That's kind of what comedy feels like sometimes too.
Well,
you're just like, I know I don't want to be that guy. Yeah,
I mean, like, and you know, we both have seen people that have, you know, say like graduated, leveled up, or anything, and then sometimes like you have friends that haven't, and it's just like you don't want to. I can do it for a little bit, you know, and then I'm like, well, we gotta. We're in Los Angeles. Why are we not doing more? What's going on here? You know, why are you not pushing yourself? Why are you not writing? Why are you not going up?
Yeah,
not
dude.
You, but I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't want to have to Bobby Knight people. I don't want to have to like.
It's not your job to do that, you know. And like
you do it to your tight friends, but like you can't do it to like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. I think everyone kind of figures out their place, and then it's like you go as far as you want to go. I feel there's people that I think too that like they get way further ahead for like there's people who
a quick rise or something like that. Yeah.
Well, like I feel like there's people that with their comedy, like their funny level, there's people who freaking can take that to the moon.
Yeah.
And their funny level's like down here.
Uh-huh.
But I think you and I have even seen it, where there's comics where their funny level's like up here, but they just get in their own fucking way.
Oh, I've been that guy. I've been one.
And then you're like, dude, you should have a Netflix special.
Yeah.
Like you should be marquee level comic.
Yeah. And you're kicking yourself in the balls.
But meanwhile, there's a guy who's like the sidekick on like a podcast that goes super popular, and then that guy is like selling out Radio City or something, you know, and you're like, oh god, I wish just like how like Adam Sandler made his boys famous and stuff, like
you could do the same for their level.
But then also like I've worked with guys like that where I'm like, dude, this guy's like an elite level comic, you know, like just like a Khabib level type of talent.
Okay.
But then when you're around them, you're like, oh, I see why you're at that level.
You can see where they capped.
Yeah, and it's like it usually has something to do with substance abuse,
the unprofessionalism, or not showing up on time, or
100%.
There's we'll tell it. We got plenty of stories.
Well, dude, that's what after. No, I know. We don't need to name names.
And
but
the fucked up thing is we're probably talking about some of the same people.
Yeah, of course.
No.
And you're like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
But it's like you know, I feel like stand-up comedy compared to like other avenues is like. It does still feel like very raw and unsanctioned compared to like other things. Like, you know, if you're like an actor or if you're like a filmmaker.
Like we're talking about television, not television, but like comedy films.
Yeah.
And so much of that has gotten like sanitized. Not all of it, but enough, you know? And you know, people, the punk rockedness, I guess you could say, of stand-up comedy, where somebody may say, you know, whatever, you're not going to necessarily get that in a 90-minute Owen Wilson movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it has to go through so much screening and so much. Well, the sponsors want you to not say this in this movie because there's a Toyota ad.
Yeah. I think that's very kind of standard. There's too many decision makers. And are we good?
To everybody.
What's up?
So some of this will be on the outtakes.
Do you want to tell them what happened?
Yeah, we can tell them what happened. I'll own it. Absolutely.
I mean, it's your fault.
Yeah, no, yeah. All right, guys. This is attempt 2. The first part will be on the Patreon.
Oh, you're gonna charge him for that? You hate your fans.
I'm gonna for the shitty audio of it.
Matt, we recorded about 45 minutes, and then Matt realized, I'm like, oh shit, I don't have audio going right
now.
well,
because the audio sounded different because it wasn't going on tape. It wasn't recording onto the thing, and I was just like, man, this is a really good conversation, but something is off. The thing sounded tinny. You're on that mic, and I was just like, I was trying to figure it out, and I did not record appropriately. I had the video set up. I did not have the audio set up. Here we are.
Let's just say that was like a warm up.
It was a good conversation too, man. Yeah, no. So okay. I've got
this is basically round 2.
Round 2, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. But welcome back to my.
No, we welcome back, Bryan.
Bryan Torresdey, one of the guys I started with. He tours around the country and shit like that. Do you hear something weird? Okay, that was outside. More audio issues. Good. Tours around the country, blowing up. Started with you out here in L.A., New York, back to L.A., and welcome back.
Thank you.
And we're back.
Yeah, I know. We're back for real.
This part's going to sound so forced and weird.
Dude, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay.
So you started doing stand-up out here in L.A.
Comedy in L.A. was, it's where I started out. It was... This was back in like early not early 2000s. It was like 2010.
Yeah,
just post Obama kind of like years.
Yeah,
and it was great, dude, because back then LA, like everyone was broke because the 08 crash.
Yeah, the finance.
So, like, I remember like people were coming out to comedy shows. They weren't really doing much.
Yeah,
everyone was kind of broke.
Yeah,
great house parties back then. LA was awesome back then. I will say that.
We had a piece of peak LA. I felt like.
Yeah, we got to live in like a great part, in a great time in LA.
Yeah.
This is also like millennials. Like we actually partied. We actually hooked up.
Yeah,
but there was no such thing as an influencer back then.
No, yeah,
there were no influencers. People weren't like recording everything on their phones at house parties and stuff.
Complete surveillance. They started doing that at. I know they do it at comedy clubs, but like the store and the improv. But like nightclubs are banning cell phones.
Yeah, they should.
And they should, because so people have fun and dance.
Dude, everyone's on their phone.
Yeah.
Go there. So, like, I remember, like, going to dive bars. People were going to dive bars and stuff back then.
Yeah.
Drinks were cheaper.
That was good. Yeah.
Dude, it was a great time to be in LA. It was a great time to, like, be a starving artist. Now I feel bad. It's like,
I don't see how people are doing. I guess they're stacking rooms.
If you don't have 100,000 followers, you're like... and you're a struggling actor. It's like you're toast right now, dude.
I mean, like, it's like, don't you have a famous uncle? What's going on? You know? Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's bad. And I have buddies that are like single, and they're like, dude, it's brutal right now. I'm like,
for guys,
the dating. This is pre-dating app too.
Oh, pre-swipes. Yeah.
Remember dating pre-apps?
Well, you used to have to log on to a laptop. For your dating. No, seriously. Yeah, like OkCupid.
I'm talking about even before that, where like you could just talk to people.
Oh, I did that. Yeah. Yeah. I had a guy when I was in college. My fraternity, my big brother. He was the first guy I know. It was called Love at AOL. It was AOL. It was part of the thing, and it was it was late '90s, and I was a freshman in college, and he was a real computer savvy smart guy, and she was a computer savvy smart girl. They met, and it was like the first and then they wound up getting married. They've been married like 25 years, and you had to log on to a laptop to do your dating.
Yeah, like
I thought that was wild.
This was like what was it? Plenty of Fish or something.
Plenty of Fish. I had a cousin married. Is that the religious one?
That one, and then what was the other early dating site?
Farmers Only. Match.com.
Match.com.
Yeah.
That was it. Match.com.
Yeah, Match.com.
Yeah, that was something that, but like, you know, if you were in your early 20s, that was something.
That was for nerds.
It was still stigmatized. I remember early on, like, dude, back then, if you're like, I'm on a dating site, people are like, why are you so desperate? Can you not go talk to people?
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I was taught to go talk to women.
Yeah, strike out sometimes. It happened.
My dad was old school Latino machismo.
Yeah.
It just means he cheated on my mom a lot. So he was always like, and my dad was
go down swinging.
Well, he was like a sales trainer, so to him,
he was
getting chicks was sales.
Yeah. Well, we're also at an advantage with doing stand up. We know how to talk, and we know how to be funny, and we know how to read people.
This is how I gauge comedians that I like or I don't like. Yeah. Guys who could talk to women without doing stand up.
Yes.
And most comics, because there are those weird comedians that were like, if it wasn't for stand-up, they would never get laid.
Oh, they would be complete shut-ins.
And they're weird.
Yeah.
And I'm like, most of those guys, I didn't really get along with them too much because they were
they were almost bipolar.
Like theater kids, but like more Sigma, where they were like kind of by themselves.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Back then, it was also a lot of the nerd white guy comics.
Yeah.
This was like during like peak Mark Maron, Nerd Mel. Every guy looked like they played
horned rim glasses.
Yeah, they all looked like
skinny
Rivers Cuomo from Weezer. Like
yes.
And then
it's a thing.
It was like also too like the Zach Galifianakis beards.
Oh God, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Lumberjack beard. It was like Mike Lawrence, and it was those two archetypes. I know that archetype. I've only met. Off the top of my head, I can only think of like one guy who fits that archetype, but is hilarious. Alan Strickland Williams, and the rest of them, I'm just like, all right.
Well, dude, but that was like the era.
But like that guy's hilarious.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, I'm kind of awkward and stuff. So I don't know. I couldn't get along with those guys.
Guys who would open with "I'm awkward." Oh, I hated that.
This was like the beginning of like the male anxiety.
Yeah.
Era.
Oh,
So like I just when I started off stand up, like I'm like I couldn't really be friends with those guys, and then I started hanging out with like the other Latin guys in comedy, and then some of the black comics, and then any white guy that was like from Boston or Chicago. I was like, oh okay, these are like real people. Because at first when I started doing stand up, it was like all of those like kind of Seth Rogen, Zach Galifianakis knockoff awkward white guys.
They were doing a comedy character, not really.
And then you would talk to them afterwards and be like, I was like, hey dude, that was really funny. Yeah, thanks.
They were like an empty vessel of a person.
Yeah, and you're
like a husk.
Oh. Yeah. And I'm like, is this all comedians, dude? This is gay.
You
know? And then you meet the other ones, you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
once you get past, it's like the screening level or something of people,
that's why I was like, I love white dudes from
Chicago,
Boston,
Detroit.
New York.
Have you met Detroit whites?
I have.
Oh yeah, they have a little
chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, kind of thing. Yeah,
and it's good.
Shitty sports teams, I think, is what it is.
Florida white guys too are great. White guys from Texas.
Yeah.
Some parts.
Yeah.
We already talked about Austin.
Houston
doesn't count.
Yeah. Oh, those people are. Yeah.
But I mean, that's what I mean. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then you kind of find out the people that you kind of gel with.
Yeah.
You know, and you were one of the first guys, and you're from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah, there's also, it's just like I only know like 3 or 4 people that did stand up from Oklahoma. First of all, they never leave or like leaving is like going to Dallas or Kansas City, you know.
Yeah, Dallas is the big like metropolitan.
Yeah, jobs or whatever, you know. And then,
I mean, how close were you in Oklahoma City, or where were you?
I was raised in the city of Tulsa. I went to 500,000 people, and then went to college, Stillwater, which was like an hour. It was like an hour away from Tulsa and Oklahoma City both. Yeah.
How's Tulsa now?
I've
never done Tulsa.
It's fine. I feel it's they have a couple clubs there.
Yeah.
And they get a good mix of acts. I feel like they get like.
But do you like it? For
comedy or for
just in life and everything? I have no concept of what Tulsa looks like.
Okay, it's because
you're like the worst salesperson for your own state right now.
They
really don't.
I mean, they have it. Well, I'm not. I don't work for the fucking Chamber of Commerce, motherfucker. There we go. I'm not. Anyway, they have a thing in Tulsa where they're trying to recruit what are called remote workers to relocate there. They're paying them like $10,000 a year to do that. And
that's never a good sign when a city.
There you go. That was what I was trying to get to. I was just like, you know, like I see people in the comments, you couldn't pay me to live in Los Angeles. I go, you actually are trying to pay me to live in Tulsa. So, you know, relax, all right, motherfucker. You know, and the irony of that kind of. As a city, it's gotten better for young adults. I was a young adult there right after college, and I hated it.
Yeah.
Like the whole downtown was like nothing. There was like stuff that high school kids did, and there was stuff that young families, adults would do, and there was nothing for empty nesters.
Yeah, like meaning like you're out of school, you're working a job,
you got money, you got disposable.
Yuppie, right? Yeah,
you want to go out, you want to holler at some chicks, you want to hear some music, you want to hear some dick jokes. You know, there was nothing like that for me, and that has improved.
Okay. So it was like basically like you're either a high school kid or you got the fuck out, or you're
married.
Family.
Yeah. You were either you didn't find anybody on Memorial Drive to marry and knock up. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you,
fag?
Dude, and it's so crazy. Like, I mean, I was just I got a friend request recently on Facebook. I don't hardly check my Facebook, and it was some girl that I went to high school with, and she married this dude that we were both in high school with. Yeah. But they married later, and I was like, I realized that like.
You had options
people
still.
In high school, people that I went to school with, like they would just marry who they met in high school.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, that's
I know a couple
so limiting.
I know maybe a dozen or so of those, because I graduated 200 people, and I know people that are still married, and they're like, I can look at them and go, that's a good marriage. I go, that's good, you know. And then I see people that are still married, and I go.
Yeah,
I go, that was who was in homeroom. You know? Dude. That was, you know.
I know, and I'm like, I'm always thinking too. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That's who you had history class with. You didn't have to marry her.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no obligation for that. Like,
yeah.
So I always throws me off because like any major city or anything, it's like how rare is that? Like you're just like.
Yeah.
Like you meet someone at like 15 and then you're like
set for life.
I'm now almost 40 and I'm still with them. Like that's crazy to me.
I think it's an exception. I think it's rare that it works, but it's some. I mean, like I said, I know a dozen where I'm like, oh,
dude, and I was like, I had no hope because my dad, I remember I had like a high school girlfriend.
Yeah.
And my dad's like,
well, you were in high school at the time. I just want to clarify.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's 2 months ago. But I was in high school at the time, and I had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And my
high school sweethearts.
High school, and my dad was like, he's like, you're still with her? I was like, yeah, it's going good. He's like, you're gonna regret it. He's like, this is when you want.
Don't get stuck.
Yeah, he was basically. He's like, don't get her pregnant. It'll be worse. He's like, also, you should be trying out more other girls and shit. He was just implanting that in my head.
Your dad was the playboy, man. Yeah.
And then when I moved out to LA, I didn't know anyone.
Oh, and you had all the options in the world. And it's also like the major leagues for dating too. It's
Well, it works against you in two ways, right? Like I'm happily.
Well, you didn't come out here with a network. I didn't come out here with. I came out here with very limited.
I knew nobody when I came out here.
I got family in Redondo Beach, but that's about it. Like for Hollywood, LA, I knew nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're and at the time
similar, I'm guessing.
I moved here when I was 20.
Yeah.
So like I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
And I couldn't drink.
Yeah.
And I had a fake ID, but then a bouncer took it. Like the first month I was here,
dude, just go down to MacArthur Park.
I had a fake ID. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I got it!"
All right, I'm in now. And you didn't realize how bad it was.
It was actually really good.
Oh, it worked a few. Oh, good.
It got me in a few.
Oh, for like when you're especially doing stand up too.
Yeah. No, this is pre-stand up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like using it, and then I remember one time I just tried to go into this bar, and then the dude's like, "Bro, I'm keeping this."
Yeah.
I was like, "No, that's my real ID." And he was just looking at me, like he knew.
He's like.
And I was like, how much to get it back? He's like, 100. I was like, fucking keep it, bro. I was like, I'm not giving you $100 for that.
I've taken two people to get fake IDs down at MacArthur Park.
Yeah.
One of them was when I started doing stand up. There was a girl who wanted to do more sets, and I was just like, I've never done this, but I think we can go to MacArthur Park. My car actually got towed by what's called, because it was parked illegally. But after 5 o'clock, it was kind of thing. Anyway, and then I took my nephew there to get a fake ID. And he was just like, "You think you could just do this because like there's a bunch of immigrants down here?" And I was just like, and like not 3 seconds after that, this guy saw two white boys in MacArthur Park. He's like, ID.
Yeah.
It was like $25. It was like $25 now, $25 later.
So yeah, it's like you could do that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So like,
and you had no network on when you came out to LA.
I would just go and like talk to girls.
Yeah,
that was my entertainment.
Starbucks,
go to the mall.
Yeah, mall game was a thing.
I used to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And like as I was grocery shopping, like I'll go talk to that girl.
Yeah.
Because you don't know anyone and you want to go do stuff.
You're a social guy and
I was like, I want to go see the new Transformers movie. I'm not gonna go by myself, so I'll ask this girl.
Yeah.
That's like, and I would constantly go out with women that were older than me.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like
because they could buy alcohol.
They live on their own and stuff. And
right.
And I should have been in college.
Yeah.
But I wasn't.
Yeah, you were educated. I mean, I don't feel like a lot of people learn a lot in college. Really.
Well, dude, here's the thing. It was the best decision I ever made because this was the quintessential time as like millennial where like if you went into college in 2008, the crash happened. By the time you graduated, it was 2012.
Okay, yeah.
And everyone just got gutted.
Yeah.
So you had people that had like 10 years experience that were going in for entry-level jobs because
that's what happened to me actually. No, not 2008 because I'm older, but I graduated with a finance degree in 2001, and it was like Arthur Andersen had this big meltdown, and it was like a lot of these accounting and finance firms were just dead. It was like the whole Enron scandal. I don't know if you know about that.
Of course, 100%.
And it was all, and so it was. They found out it was like all this shady accounting, and so like all these businesses lost all this valuation, and guys like me were just like, we just graduated, no experience, and they're like, I wound up working at Quick Trip, man, at a freaking gas station for
because all the entry level jobs were taken up with guys who
just got canned from other things.
Yeah, and that was that was one
it's like
thing
the tech.
it
was like the tech cut, like recently. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the new one is like now AI's taking your entry level freaking white collar
programming or
program or whatever. Like
yeah.
Even a lot of legal people who are like graduating with a law degree now, it's like the entry level ones.
What do you think about it? Because what do you think about AI, man? I don't know.
I just don't know if we know what's going to happen in the next 10 years. Like, it could be the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. And I feel like we're going to feel it 10 years from now.
I feel like it's over exaggerated. Like, I think
it definitely is over-evaluated.
Over-evaluated. That's, I guess, what I was
but it is also
it's real, but it's not real, or it's not there yet. Clearly, and I feel like
it's not as good. It's like it's not advancing as fast as they want it to. Everyone's just like, oh, it's so much faster and everything. And I'm like, you're what? Just because you can turn yourself into an anime character, like that to me is not the end of the world.
That's your mental health has problems, not that the computer is great.
But like if you use AI even just for like writing your website and everything, I think people can sniff it. It seems so fake now.
Oh, like the really bad promos. People don't. Yeah, I remember a comedian I respect, and she does well, was asking. I was trying to come up with I was talking to her, trying to come up with a premise. She goes, "Oh, just put it into AI." I was just like, ugh. I was just grossed out. But
That's
it was just
stupid.
And I was just I like recoiled. I cringed. And she's like a funny person too, you know. And I was just like, I was like, "Are you really doing?"
Her jokes need to have a watermark. I think to tell. I don't know. To me,
10% of her laugh.
If you say you're using fucking ChatGPT for your jokes, dude,
it's weird.
That drops you down a notch to me.
I use AI for the clipping stuff, the Opus clips.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah, because I don't know how to edit.
I mean, it's like everyone's using it for. I think if you're using it for tools, I think everyone is going to kind of have to be like their own little microeconomy.
Yeah.
To make it work. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Like you got to wear like 6 different hats, but with AI you can do it. But I think when it comes to like entertainment and all that stuff, like I personally don't feel like people are going to end up. Like, I can't picture people paying money to see an AI film.
I can't imagine that.
Would you imagine if you knew the movie was made completely from AI?
Like a James Cameron.
Would you go and, like, pay $15 to sit in a movie theater? Or $20 and watch a whole AI movie? I don't think you will.
That would be idiotic to me. I mean,
nobody would do it.
I like a Leonardo DiCaprio or, or whoever, Sydney Sweeney.
If you had like a movie where, like, Marlon Brando's co-starring with DiCaprio and Bruce.
You could pull the best of kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, I don't think people would do it.
I think people would look at it for like a 10-second clip, like a
social media is different.
Yeah.
Social media, it feels free, it feels disposable anyways.
Yeah, there's no investment because it's
sitting down to watch something.
Paying money, like you were saying.
Sitting down to watch something for an extended period of time, that takes more of a commitment. And also
you're not going to go on a date to go watch. I can't imagine like a first date. We're going to go watch an AI movie.
No, you're not going to do that.
If a girl asked me to do that, I was like, maybe like very nerds, but people.
You're not going to say that. Well, here's the thing. I think people don't realize. I'm like, everything that you love about the concept of art is because you know that someone dedicated a lot of time to it. The moment you find out that something was computer generated or everything, all of its luster is gone.
Yeah, it cheapens it.
Like when I was in Chicago, I went to the Chicago Art Institute.
Yeah.
And right there, they actually have the Nighthawks painting, the original one by Edward Hopper.
Okay.
It's the painting that everyone knows where it's like an old diner, and it's like like the
Boulevard of Broken Dreams kind of thing, or whatever. It's like the corner diner kind of vibe.
Yeah, and it's like an empty street. It's just 3 people. It's a woman, a man, and then a guy who works there.
Yeah,
that's it. And like a guy with a hat.
Oh, the original.
Yeah, and that's the original one.
Okay, I didn't know the name.
It's like it's called the Nighthawks painting, and when you're standing in front of it, you can actually see like his little details. Yeah. And you could see some of the paint crack in the corners.
Because it's real.
Because he painted this, at this point, 100 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
In the 1920s. So it's like all of this, and then you're just staring at it, and it, takes you to another world. And you're just like, this is what the point of this is.
It's art that moves you.
Right. And and knowing that it took someone thousands of hours to get here is the cool part.
Yeah.
But then as soon as someone tells you like, no, actually we just put a prompt and it just created that, you just don't give a shit about it.
It's gross. It feels
like you just in your mind it loses all of its luster.
It's like whenever you see somebody would draw something.
It's fool's gold.
It's like, did you draw this or did you trace this? You know,
exactly.
and it's just a trace. It's like you're not really
right.
You're like a fake artist. It's like stolen valor kind of vibe.
So I think with creativity and art, I think that's why like I don't think I worry about it at all.
I'm not concerned about like an AI, podcast.
Also for comedians too. It's like I don't think anyone care like. No one's going to want to watch or hear AI generated comedy.
I don't think they will, but I don't know. There's someone like I feel like people have gotten, with the phone, with the convenience of a phone and constant streaming where as soon as a 30-second clip is up, it pops you to the next one.
Yeah.
I think the phones have made us dumber and the social media, but also people, It feels very kind of idiocracy, where it's just like.
Well, I think I'll say our minds like don't process boredom anymore, and like you need to be bored.
Yes.
If you're creative, you look forward to getting bored because your mind wanders. And by the way, I'm guilty of this shit too.
No. You're not. Yeah, we're not perfect.
I'm guilty of this shit too.
Oh, yeah.
I get on my phone, I doom scroll at night, and I get mad at myself. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? It's so bad. And then the worst part is that these algorithms are trained that like when you get distracted by one thing, like
even if it's something you don't like, you're gonna keep. Even if it's something you're like what, and you're turned off by it, and you're watching it. The fact that you're watching it is what it's like. Got one.
If you like watch, like that's why like everyone algorithms different.
Yeah.
So like I have to retool it. Like I watch one video on like Bryce Dallas Howard's ass, and now my whole feed is just like curvy hot redheads.
There you go. Like
and then my girl's like, "Oh, I got an Instagram." We'll send it to her, and she's like, "What's that on your phone?" I'm like,
"Yeah, don't look at my explore page."
Yeah, do not look at it. Or like if it's just like racist fights. Where it's like a black people fighting at Waffle House.
Waffle House fights.
The Waffle House fights.
Which
are great.
Yeah. No.
So it's like,
did you see the Waffle House where they were all singing Kodak Black? It was a multicultural Waffle House, and they were all doing Kodak Black.
Dude, I mean that's the thing. It's like also like when you watch like fast food restaurant freakouts, where like I saw one where it was like a drunk Mexican dude like trying to jump through a Jack in the Box drive-through window. You're like, give me my fucking food, dog.
Like, how much did you spend? How much could you have spent?
So like you watch it, and then the next 10 videos are basically different angles of that same fight.
And it's not like you're watching it like a NBA highlight where you're like, oh wow, this guy made an awesome slam dunk. You're watching it going, what the fuck? But you're watching it, and so it keeps feeding you that crap.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, it's the worst. It's the worst feeling.
Those fast food rage things. That was my first job. I worked at a fast food place.
Which one?
It was called. Did they have Taco Bueno in San Antonio? They have them in Dallas.
They have Taco Cabana.
Okay, Taco Cabana is like more nightclubby version.
I do remember seeing a Taco Bueno.
They were in Dallas and like Amarillo and like this. They were based out I think Denver. They had them in Oklahoma. But that was my first job was fast food.
What were you doing?
Oh man, I was working the register. It was called. They had the steamer and the stuffer. The steamer was the guy because it was it was
fast Mexican food.
Yeah. Where he'd have the taco. He'd pull the taco shells out. He put the meat, and then everybody else would have lettuce, sour cream on this one. Oh wait, no, hold the tomatoes, kind of thing. And because you'd read the scans, and that was my first. And when I see people with those videos where they're going at a fast food employee, I'm like, first of all, how much money are we talking here? Are you complaining about $1 soda?
Oh, dude.
You're complaining about not getting
$3 fries.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're literally picking up a felony charge
over a garlic fries.
$4 burger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, and you're like, dude, that's like, and also don't realize every fast food place I've ever worked at or restaurant, there's at least 2-3 people that are drunk working.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember.
Or they have records.
Dude,
and they will not put up with your shit.
I remember I worked at a pizza place, and the cook would literally
Oh, sneak booze in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sneak in booze. He had he would basically
like a Pepsi with rum or something.
Oh, it'd be Gatorade with like vodka in it.
Yeah.
So it's like
that's how they have to get through the day, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you realize they're like, oh, this guy's like in his late 30s, and then also they're like sexually assaulting the 15-year-old hostess or 16-year-old.
That was.
You know what I mean? Like you're like, Jesus.
No, we had
Christ.
we had one of those guys where I worked.
Of course,
with.
every place that like, especially if it's close to a high school, they're checking out all the girls that are walking in. I mean, dude, this is all small town shit, dude.
This was also in Tulsa, which was a pretty city.
Exactly, Tulsa. I'm in Texas.
Yeah.
You know, like the whole Matthew McConaughey character.
Yeah, I get older, they stay the same.
Yeah, and he's talking about high school girls, and the only reason it's charming is because he's
a good-looking guy.
Texas hunk.
Yeah.
But that guy in real life is like 47 years old.
Yeah.
His wife left him. He lives with his mom.
If it's
again.
Paul Walker Hauser saying that, it's not cute. Or Rodney Farva from
it doesn't look like Horatio Sands from like early SNL.
He was doing that too, right?
What?
He was creeping on chicks. Like him,
because he's built like that. No, what I'm saying is that's the guy. So like in fast food, that's who you would work around.
We had a guy. I remember the guy's name. He had a rock star name. His name was. I'll say if I'm going to say Rod Stewart, and he was.
No one's gonna come find him.
Anyway, whatever. He's probably in jail or whatever,
or dead.
No, he was older than me, but he was like, hey man, if you want to bring your friends over here, bring some girls. He would say that.
I'll buy you guys booze.
He would buy booze for the Taco Bueno parties, and at my point I was just like, oh, booze.
Oh, he's cool. Yeah, you forget that guy was trying to fucking
16-year-olds and 17. Yeah, no, he wasn't.
Make sure y'all use my bathroom. He's got a VHS camcorder in there hidden.
He was a god. I hope that I don't think I ever partied with him, but like he would. And I was like, who would be buying people booze? Who wants to party with high school kids?
So I remember like you would have those friends that would have house parties, and then their older siblings would be partying there. And
older brother,
kind of a loser.
We had an older sister who was messing with the young guys.
Yeah, of course. And that, and by the way, it happens the other way too.
Yeah. Oh, much more.
I remember I had a friend. His older sister was like, she was just a mess.
Yeah.
You know, like
chaotic.
Recluse. The type of girl that's like obsessed with like Beetlejuice and like Tim Burton shit.
Oh, like her childhood never really progressed.
And she was like overweight. Like very like just unkempt.
Oh yeah.
But I remember one time he invited us, and he's like he was way cooler than his sister.
Yeah.
Like he was a cool dude.
Like a half brother.
Like he was like an athlete and shit.
Yeah.
And his sister was just like
there.
It was like the loser older brother, but it was the loser older sister.
Uh-huh.
And I remember we were like in the backyard in the pool, and like she was just like watching us through the window. And then I go in to use the restroom, and then when I open the restroom door to come out, she's like waiting there.
Like stocky.
And she was like, can I drink with you and stuff like that?
Yeah, is it cool?
And then I was like, I don't know. And then she literally just puts her hand on my chest. Yeah. She's like, I think you're really hot. And I could smell the alcohol in her breath. She was boozing.
Oh,
and she
man.
got some liquid courage to. And I was like, and by the way, at the age, I was like horny enough to possibly
teenage
do it.
boy. Doing.
But at the same time, I could hear them downstairs. I'm like, I'm not going to get away with it. Like, they'll fucking make fun of me.
Oh, they'll crucify you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're.
Yeah.
You gave way too much like social currency to people in high school that now, like I remember girls I would talk to and they wanted to hook up and I wouldn't do it because I'm like, oh, they're kind of lame or, you know. And then now I'm like, why the fuck did I care so much?
Yeah, yeah. No, you watch too many after-school specials or something or whatever.
No. It's like back then, like your social currency was everything.
Yeah,
you know, in high school,
you thought you had to have like a sterling rep kind of thing. Like
you thought you had to be cool.
Yeah,
and
too much. We had too much Zach Morris in our life. Maybe.
Like I remember, I remember some girls would be hot, but people would say like, oh, they're losers. And I'm like, she's smoking hot. I mean, I'm a high school kid saying this about other high school.
Yeah. And it's appropriate at the time.
Yeah. And you're like, and then now you look back, you're like, why the fuck were we so gay about everything? Like,
why were we so lame?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, and we were like deemed like somewhat popular. I was never the most popular, but I always did well with the opposite sex.
I wasn't the most popular. I was in the group
Yeah. Like you were the funny guy.
Pretty much. And also I played football too. So
yeah. So that's enough.
Yeah. I had most of my friends were black because of the football team.
Yeah.
So for some reason I had that kind of weird cross.
You were the white boy that
I had that weird cross.
Had like the the black stamp of approval.
I wasn't even like a really good football player. I was just on the team. And,
yeah, you don't need to be.
And I wasn't like a guy that wore Confederate flag shirts. I was just like, oh yeah, that's Quentin. Whatever.
Yeah, you weren't the guy. Yeah.
Because we had those too. It was mostly the linemen. Yeah.
I did have that. I remember people would wear Confederate flag shirts.
Yeah.
In my school, and I remember there were people who would. I think we had a Confederate flag at one point in our school.
Yeah.
And I don't even. At the time, I didn't even think about it.
I didn't see those.
And I don't really care.
I remember we had one country boy, and then one of my buddies, Mickey, who was black, was wearing like a Malcolm X black shirt. And the other guy, and said, looks like oh, you wearing that as for target practice?
Oh,
and he said, well, what you mean by that? And it was just like, well, either he's going to dig for gold or he's looking for his rifle. And I was just like, that's not cool, man.
Oh no, dude, you do get the racist. I did hear some like
that was the exception though, it wasn't the rule, And also he would bust everybody's chops too, but that was one that was over the line.
No, here's the thing. I mean, I remember like you would get it back, but like we would dish it back. So like if you had some of the white boys being like border hopper, and then we would say like go fuck your cousin, white piece of trash,
exactly,
all this stuff. So like you would dip.
You're high school boys.
Right
you're high school boys. You nobody. And it was also a thing like you stood up for yourself, and it was just like you established who you were as a person.
100%.
You established, and then people would like you for standing up for yourself.
100%.
If you went and go, Miss Johnson, you were gay.
Oh yeah, you kind of had to stand up for yourself. I had teachers that'd be like, hey,
tattling was like such.
They would say like, you got to do something.
If
you're by yourself, like I remember we used to go and fight out after. I remember one
after
time,
school fights. I remember those,
dude. And then here's so I remember there was like a rivalry where it was like a group friend, like
a friend group or whatever.
Your group of
your crew
friends versus another group.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. So like I remember one time, my best friend in high school had a beef with this dude, right?
Yeah.
And they were going back and forth, and then we just decided like, all right, we're gonna go fight.
A dozen of us, dozen of you at the fucking bowling alley, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So we would fight after school, and it would be in an empty field.
Yeah.
And it was power lines. So it'd be like, let's go meet at the power lines.
That was it was the unincorporated area,
so
whatever.
You would literally walk in groups over there to go fight.
Yeah, it was like the Outsiders going to the Rumble. Yeah.
So I remember we went, and then
the socials.
My best friend and this guy start fighting, and then my best friend starts getting his ass whooped.
Yeah, it was
bad.
Yeah.
And he's getting beat, and then, you're just standing there, and you're like, want to jump in, but then you're like, we can't.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, fuck, you got to handle it.
Rules of engagement.
And then my friend, he gets thrown to the ground. His head hits a rock.
Okay.
And he's like semi knocked out.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, all right, he's done. He's done.
Yeah.
And then I ran over there and I was like, Joe, are you all right? And then he kind of starts getting up and everything. And then they're all making fun of us.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're a little,
little bitch.
Your boyfriend, all this stuff. And then I remember the next day, everyone is talking smack. And then the guy started saying, it's like, oh, now you and, he was like kissing his boyfriend when he.
Oh, because you made sure he was still alive.
Yeah, I was like making sure my friend's okay.
He's making sure he's alive.
But then
still,
it's like it's homophobic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
I think homophobia.
So then,
homophobia is good. Some of it.
Yeah, I know.
Some of it.
Yeah, it's like we kind of need that. No.
Yeah,
so then now I have to fight this guy.
No, you're next. Yeah, because you got to stand up for yourself.
You got to stand up. So then we go and do it.
Yeah.
Now, I was a little bit bigger. My buddy was smaller than me.
Yeah.
So he looked at me and he was like, all right.
Yeah.
So, and this time it was different. We didn't walk together. He was like, I'll meet you guys over there. And I heard rumors that like he was getting more people. They're like, it became it. So I was like, I think this guy might try to jump me because I'm a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, so I called my older brother at the time, and my older brother, he worked at Taco Cabana, He was already, and he was an older dude.
And he was like, "I'll bring some booze." No,
I know. So he was like,
he's like, "Are there going to be any chicks there?" No.
I know.
I'm sorry.
He was like 19.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just goofing off. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely was like that too.
Yeah.
So I thought it was like I just called him for advice.
Yeah.
I was like, what should I do, dude?
What's the move here?
And then my brother was like, where is it at? I was like, I'll meet you there. I was like, what? And so I go over there.
Yeah.
And I had
to the power lines.
I had borrowed someone's cell phone. I didn't even have my own cell phone.
Yeah.
So I told my brother, and then sure enough, I show up there. My brother's there with like 2 other Taco Cabana employees. So they show up to the fight.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, there's just like 3 adults.
Yeah.
And we're all sophomores in high school. So they're like, what the fuck are these 3 adults? So at first they were like, what the hell is this? And then my brother was like, all right, you guys want to fucking
Let's turn
fight?
it into the Anchorman scene.
Yeah, now it's like weird. And this time there's 20 students.
Yeah.
So it wasn't friend groups. Now there was an audience.
Yeah.
And then there's these random adults.
Yeah.
And they were kind of freaked out. My brother's like, who's the one you're supposed to fight? I was like, that's him, Jeff.
Yeah.
So Jeff was like kind of scared. And he was like, all right, you guys are going to fight one-on-one. Nobody jumps in. So my brother just made sure that
he was
I
an
didn't
enforcer.
Get jumped.
Yeah, it was like a referee. If
so
you will.
I start fighting him, and I start getting up on him.
Yeah.
And I remember one time, my brother's just like, all right, get it. And I was on top of him. My brother's like, bite him. So I just bit him. I don't know why. I was like a rabid dog.
Okay, Mike Tyson.
Like, bite him. So I bit his face. I remember that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I did.
You're
I
like,
was like, bite that motherfucker.
You're like a full-ass Doberman.
Dude, because my brother was just yelling at me.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And my brother's like, don't be a bitch, bite him. So I'm biting this kid. And he's like, ah. And then I just go back to punching him.
You punched the bite wound? I want to see that in a boxing
So then
match.
afterwards, the fight was done.
Yeah, you kind of had to call that one.
I had raised my hand in victory. I had won. I had avenged my friend's loss.
Yeah.
All
right.
And then afterwards, the next day in school, like everyone was like, the rumor was going on that I had hired some thugs from Taco Cabana.
Because that's where you find them. That's where, like it's some kind of mob cartel joint.
So like, and then this kid was scared.
The one that
I beat up.
The bit up.
Yeah, the one that I bit up.
Yeah, sorry.
And he was like scared. He was like,
yeah.
So he went to the principal.
Yeah.
And the principal was like, well, you guys fought off school grounds. I can't really do anything.
Yeah, no, I like that.
And, but he was just like, I just want to make sure that, like, you're not going to try and find me and stuff.
It's over. Is it squashed?
I'm like, it's squashed. It's over. But it was like...
No round 2. I'm good.
Yeah, but the fact that, like, my brother showed up, it was like 3 guys in full, like, fast food uniforms.
They had their visors on.
They had, like, their plastic glove. I think it just freaked them out. It was almost like you're like, did I take drugs? Like, am I really seeing?
They brought the knives that they used to cut the tomatoes. Exactly. These guys are covered in tomato juice, and they're thinking it's going to... These guys are covered in salsa.
So
they think it's blood.
Dude, so it was such a weird thing. I think he was just so scared that he was just like I don't know. Bryan knows people that can fucking put you away for good. So then I had to, afterwards, it was kind of funny because then nobody messed with me after that.
Oh, dude, yeah, you were the big swinging dick.
Everyone thought it was like, oh, he like knows gang members, but they all work at fast food
He's
restaurants.
tied in with the cartel of Taco Cabana.
It was almost like a Fight Club. You know what I mean?
Like the waiter was really in the Fight Club.
Yeah.
They're gonna beat up people in the bathroom and stuff like that.
They're just all part of like Project Mayhem. So anyways,
dude, yeah, you were the young kingpin of it.
I appreciate you having me on, dude. That was fun, dude.
Fucking Christ.
I think we did it.
Dude, yeah, we got one of these podcasts to work. Here we go. Oh, man. Where can people find you, man?
So, yeah, you guys can find me on social media at BTD Jokes.
Bryan Torresdey. Yes.
Comedy. So just check me there. I'm always performing all around the country, and I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on. Dude.
Sorry about the time lag on this.
Oh, no, dude.
Guys, you can find the podcast. Thanks for listening. Like it, subscribe it, share. All the good stuff. I got the You can follow Obnoxious Valid Points. I'm the fun Matt Lewis. Follow Bryan. He puts out new shit. You probably put out like 5 videos while we're sitting here. And follow Bryan. Check his tour dates when he's in your town. Absolutely, you'll have a good time. Thanks for listening. That's all I got. We're good.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Bam. There we go.
Thank you.
Support for Obnoxious Valid Points is not brought to you by Audible. Audible, are you too stupid to read a book? Have one read to you. You'll find no books or mentions of books at patreon.com/ovpoints.